What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now today we have a different type of video. I'm gonna give you guys my top 3 boots so far in 2025. So now we're in July, so it's the middle of the year, so I kind of want to give you guys my top 3 so far. This might change later on as we get towards the end of the year, but I wanted to give you guys an update, and I'll probably do a top 5 later on at the end of the year, obviously, and let you guys know which one is my boot of the year. But right now I'm just gonna give you my top 3. So same thing as before, it has to be released in 2025 or like late 2024. Some boots were released in December, which I still think they kind of count towards 2025, and they can't be limited edition. So the reason why I'm doing this video is because I did see the Bootcat podcast and they kind of shared the top 3 boots so far in 2025, and so I kind of wanted to share my top 3 as well. So shout out to them, go check them out. And so the first boot that I do have here is the Mizuno Morelia Neo 4 made in Japan. Now this boot was released in 2023, but it's still the current model. And so this is kind of my honorable mention. I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to include it at the end of the year, just because it's not a boot that was released in 2025, but it is still the current model. And this is my first time trying the boot. And this boot I never actually purchased before, just because I always thought it was going to be such a narrow boot. But it actually fits me pretty well, so I'm very surprised by that. The fit is really great. It's very comfortable. Obviously, the leather is super high quality. And yeah, I've just been enjoying wearing this boot a lot. And so this is an honorable mention. So in third place, I do have the Adidas Predator 25 Elite. Now, I thought this was going to be kind of like my second, but this is actually my third, just because the other one I just find a little bit more comfortable. But this is an excellent boot. It did release towards the end of 2024, like in December, but obviously, like the main colorway, I believe, launched in January. I'm counting this as the 25. Obviously, it's the Pred 25, and yeah, no, this boot is just great. You know, you still get those rubber elements there that provide a good amount of grip on the ball. The hybrid touch is softer, thinner, and the shape overall is very comfortable. Like, it fits me really well. This boot is just really fun to shoot free kicks with and just shoot around, so that's why I really like this boot. I kind of wish the heel was a little bit better, but regardless, it's still a really good boot, and it's just a fun boot to wear. So the next boot on the list is the Asics DSi X Fly Pro 3, and yeah, this boot is just crazy in terms of the upper, feeling like a real leather upper, even though it is synthetic. It's super comfortable. It does have like a wider fit and it has a little bit more volume, so for me it's more comfortable just because I do have a wider foot. The heel is fantastic. The sole plate is great with that little bit of like a rocking motion, and it's very responsive here in the forefoot. And overall, it's just a really good boot. Like, I'm just more impressed by this upper, that this silky wrap upper that is just very soft and very leather like, even though it is a synthetic. And so that's the reason why it takes the number 2 spot. And it's kind of funny that this is the second place, because the first is this boot right here, the Mizuno Alpha 2 made in Japan. And those boots are just completely different. The A60 is like X-Fly Pro 3. It's just a lot softer, and this is just like a thin synthetic. But this is my boot of the year so far, and I'm pretty sure it will be my boot of the year at the end of the year. I really like the change that they made here in the toe box, where they just give us a little bit more volume, and it's not as pointy. It's just a little bit more rounder. So for me, it fits a little bit better. The upper is not as soft, but honestly, on feet they still feel fine. Like, because the fit is so great, for me, I don't mind that. They feel fantastic. The sole plate is the same, but I really like that carval insert, and the Zero Glide liner makes it so that the performance is great just because your foot doesn't move. It's locked in. This is like the most locked in boot on the market. Like, there's no movement whatsoever. And like the thin synthetic is just has a nice touch on the ball. The heel is fantastic. Again, you get that Zero Glide liner. That means that there isn't really any movement here in the back of the heel. It grips your sock really nicely. It has a decent amount of padding, so for me, it's comfortable again. And yeah, it just performs really well. I just really like the way it just wraps my foot very closely, and with the U-throw construction, because I have a wider foot, I'm able to adjust like the fit a little bit, and for me, it fits well even though I do have a wider foot. Now, for me, this is my boot of the year. I don't think it's gonna change, just because I just really enjoy wearing these. Like, whenever I'm not testing any boots and I just have like a chance to wear any boots that I want, I gravitate towards these boots. These are the boots that I always have, And when I'm testing new boots, I always just bring these just because these are like my safety boots, I guess, like my comfort boot. Like I know that these won't cause any problems, just in case I do want to, be at the field and shoot around after like testing some cleats. So these are my top three currently in 2025. The first place probably will still the same. The Alpha 2, I don't think that's gonna drop. Um, 2 and 3 may change. I'm not exactly sure. We'll see at the end of the year. Maybe more boots will come in and it'll change around, but I'm pretty sure top place will be the Alpha 2. So let me know what you guys think of my top three down below in the comments. Also, let me know which boot is your boot of the year so far. But yeah, that's it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you're notified for future videos. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.